Hello and welcome to the new Riveting Monday, Newbie Monday, that is. This week we're doing mods with Christian Highflyer. This time he's not muted. And a special guest, Locastan. So today we're going to be going through mods as you know it. We're going to show you the perks you can have for using mods, the things you can change by using mods, and the general badass things that are mods. However, I don't actually use mods because I like inflicting a world of pain upon myself. So I'm going to hand over to my partner and he will take the show.
Hooray! With a microphone this time. Whee! Why?
That was good.
Why are you so evil to me, XSplit? Anyways, yeah, we have a special guest, which is Locastan. Would you like to introduce yourself again?
Yeah, hello, I'm a standard guy again from Germany, and I like to fiddle with stuff, so I'm choosing to mod this incredible game.
Okay, and why do you choose to mod?
yeah, obviously because I like the challenge. I like to bend some code going my way, like I think it should be. And yes, I like doing that in my spare time.
Yeah, okay. And you said that most of the mods in the mod pack that you've been doing, I have in my description, you have mostly found mods that you liked, and then you just decided to improve them and make them awesome.
Yeah. Looking at how they were done and improving stuff the way I wanted it to be.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you have any? I'm just gonna ask you. Do you have any mods that you can't live without? I know Dalton is playing on default, and he is nearly refusing to play with any mods. But why do you play with mods?
I would really hate to lose the reload timing on my crosshair, to be honest. Because I like to see exactly how long it's gonna take until I can squeeze out another shot, and yeah, when I'm ready to peek around the corner doing peekaboo, such things. That's pretty much one of the most important ones.
Yeah, and I like some of the other mods as well, like the train wagon. Actually, have helped me a lot.
Yeah, that one too. Oh, that's another one of mine. Yes.
Well, how does the train wagon actually? What does it do, and how does it help you?
You know the flatbed cars on train cars on Ensk, for example.
Yeah.
The color blends pretty much into the ground. So driving around in a fast scouting tank, if you don't carefully drive and look exactly where you're going, you might end up crashing into one. And the mod just paints the top surface of the wood in a bright yellow color, so you won't miss them being in your way.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually something I'd like to point out to the people who are actually in the stream already saying, well, is it fair to have mods? And this is the exact reason some people have mods. For me, I don't find any part of water tanks hard to distinguish between, but I know I'm not everybody. And it's not that you're worse than me by not being able to see the difference. It's just personal preference. Some people are colorblind. Other people just find it hard to see. In some games, I can't even see doorways. I'm in first-person shooters. I'm running around and I'm just running into walls because I can't find the way to go. But in water tanks, I just so happen to understand all of it. But yeah, so they're the sort of things you can do with mods to make your display much clearer for you.
Yep.
Yes.
And we've just jumped into a game to show off the mods themselves. And as we can already see from over here, we can see the spoken about train wagon colors. It's just a yellow paint on top of the train wagons, as we can see. So it's easy to spot them instead of you having to drive through them, which you can't do.
No, you can't.
Yeah. And,
but it will stop you dead.
Yeah, it's not really something that makes you play better or you gain an advantage over your enemy. It's just the train wagons are in a position where you're not really fighting close to them, so there's no real point in being slowed down just because you're an idiot and can't use your eyes. So a small mod changes that. And yeah, other mods. Right now we can not really see it, or well, we can. In the new mod there's a remove bloom, because the new mod, or the new patch, has a lot of bloom in it. And before even seeing it, I just installed it because I've seen videos of it. And why did you decide to make such a mod?
Yeah, I included this mod because all the textures looked really blurry with this extremely heightened bloom, and yeah, it really looked more like landscape from Fairyland or Rainbow Dash. I don't know. It really bugged me.
Yeah, understandable. Me too. When I saw the videos, I was like, that's way too much Michael Bay, and I thought it was an option you could turn off in the options, but you can't really turn it all the way off. You can turn it a little bit off, but not all the way. So I was actually really glad to see that you included that as fast as the mod or the patch came out. Other than that, as you can see down in the right side of the corner of the screen, the minimap is a lot higher texture or definition, or it's just better quality in general.
It's got better detail. You
yeah.
can blow it up full size.
If you like. Yeah, I can. Okay, fair enough. That's another mod that Locastan has made for the. We made that for the tournaments, so we could have something to look at while the countdown was going, the battle timer. And yeah, you don't really need to have it that big, because then you'll get easily distracted by not being able to see anything. Reload timer, right side, I'm just gonna point it out with Control and the mouse. Right here you can see the exact amount of time you use to yeah, how long it takes to reload the gun. And Robert, he's asking where he can get the mods. The mods can be found in all of the descriptions on all of my videos, but just because I'm such a good guy, I am going to just to find it quickly. And in the meantime, we can watch the reload timer go down. As you can see, I've just fired, and it's just counting down, counting down, counting down. Some people see that as cheating, because you'll know exactly when you have when you fired, and you know exactly when you can fire again and go out and time the reversing. If an enemy is chasing you and you have to go around a building, and he's chasing you, and then you know that you can reload. And you reload is done now, then boom. You don't have to think about when you're capable of firing a shell again. So that makes it a lot easier. It doesn't show the enemy's reload time. I don't know if any mods exist or if it's even possible. Is that possible?
No. That's handled server side and not communicated to your client.
Okay.
So wargaming is really solid on preventing that kind of cheats.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it would kill the game, obviously.
Yeah. Have you tried it?
Even in some. No, I actually haven't tried it, but I'm pretty sure someone would have done this if it was possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you can shoot me once without killing me, can you?
Let's try.
No. Oh gosh. Okay, fair enough. Just displaying the damage panel on the left side. You can see when you've taken hits and how much you've taken hits. It doesn't really save who shot you, but you can see that down in the bottom when you get shot immediately. But other than that, you can only see when you've taken damage, and there's also one that shows the time. but I like this minimalistic one instead because I don't really need to know when I've been shot. So yeah, that's fine. And we also, as you can see, in the middle of the game, we have the HP bar. And now that my track is damaged, we can also see that the icons have been moved from over here to the middle. And that's just because when playing on a widescreen, it is easy to, I don't know, to miss it, or instead of having to move your when you hold down control, you will get your cursor in the middle of the screen. You don't have to go all the way down there and click it. You can just go down there, click, and you're good to go. I'm not gonna.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, I can't fix it because it's fixed. That's weird.
I have to say it doesn't work on the tracks. There's some... No. It doesn't work on the tracks yet, but it works on every other module. I guess it's some kind of glitch because they introduced this new feature where both tracks would be repaired when they were damaged.
Okay.
I haven't got around.
Wait a minute. You guys don't use your keyboard to repair?
Yeah, sometimes. But not very often.
Actually, I'll give a quick tip here, because considering it's Newbie Monday, for repairing your tracks, for example, it's the most common thing to need to do as a light tank or med tank driver in the field, or even if you're a heavy tank doing a pop-out attack and you've been stranded there. Put your repair kit as a number 5, which is the middle slot. Then all you have to do is double tap 5, and then your tracks are repaired. The disadvantage of this is you'll get in the habit of doing that whenever you're stationary. And many times my engine be knocked out and I've gone 5-5 to get myself moving again, and I've repaired my tracks and my engine still be knocked out. And you can't move without an engine.
No, exactly. That's why I just keep it the way it is. I just set it to 4 because then I can't hit. Because my turret is so... it's nearly impossible to damage the turret ring, because it's so small down there. So I nearly never get the turret damaged, and I don't really need the turret on most of my tanks when they're tank destroyers. So having it on 4, so I can't just double tap 4, is my preferred spot. And then it's just a habit, clicking 4-1, 4-2, 4-3, of course, and space and 7 and 8 is never anything you should ever fix. Fuel tank, radio, view range, it's not really needed that much. Maybe view range if it halved the view range, but I don't really know how much it is when you get hit in that one. Do you know?
No, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Another reason why I put all the elements, the main elements of the damage panel in the center of the screen is I got some requests from people playing with 3 or 2 monitors, and then the damage panel would be way out of their direct line of sight. So it's good already for widescreen monitors, but for multi-monitor gaming, it's a really big advantage to have it right on your fingertips, for example. That's why I fiddled along with the code to have it actually adapt to the center of the screen, regardless of the resolution the user has set on his machine.
Fair enough. And it's been so long since I've had the default version of the game, but the damage panel is also transparent.
Yes. It adds a bit, to your view of depth of field.
Yeah.
I do see that you've done that, but you haven't done it for your minimap, although that's a default option you can have, which I actually have. My minimap is slightly transparent. So you've gained it on your left side, but you've got this massive blind side on your right side.
Yes, but you always want to see your minimap. You don't want
you
to
always
have
want
half a house behind your minimap. And
No, you don't have it that
just
transparent. You have it like 10% or something. So you can see a tank moving, and you can't necessarily identify the tank, but you know there's one there. For example, it really helps me. I can see the minimap absolutely perfectly clearly, but if an allied tank is overtaking me at the start and I want to turn right, I don't then have to right click and turn and look that way just to take a right turning. I can see immediately there. It's just something that helps me. It's only a slight bit of transparency. It's not like 50% or something like that. You can't see right the way through it, but it definitely helps me have that field of vision. But I don't actually play on widescreen, so it might hurt me more than most.
Yeah.
But the option still works with my mod, so you can still put your transparency on your minimap with the slider in the settings.
Where do you do that?
Although I think by default now in 8.0 there is high definition minimaps.
And game, there's the slider minimap transparency, right where you disable post-mortem mode and the stuff.
Yeah. Oh no, I was actually going back to the previous point you made about the high definition minimaps. Are they actually any better than the now default ones? I thought they actually took the high definition ones for the now default ones. They all look totally different to me.
Some of them are good, others just look like they've been drawn in crayon by a 5-year-old kid. I don't know what they've done. Also, they still got some buildings on some maps wrong, even on the new mini-maps, and I'm still working on getting the renderer set up to shoot all the new maps now. So
yeah.
Let's hope we get that in time for 8.1.
Yeah. Other than that, well, we have the icons, but that's not your work.
No, you found that on
or
your
the other one. Yeah, I went and took those from somewhere
But I
else.
made new ones for the pack, and I also included those in the current download, because I didn't want it to wait all the time for the Druids Icons mod to update. So I made my own now.
Okay, fair enough. Well, Mummy is asking about hit zone mods, and I don't really use that. It's mostly because it makes the game ugly. I don't like my tanks with
clown skins, yes.
Yeah, clown skins. Of course, if you're starting out with just starting out with tanks, of course you're allowed to try it, just so you know where to shoot the enemy tanks. But in general, it's not. It's actually a little bit frowned upon because
actually, I'll chime in here. It's not just frowned upon. It actually makes it a bit harder to play the game sometimes, because the hit zone mods kind of like tell you, okay, hit here, there's a big area to hit, but you're forgetting the angling and the aiming for certain areas depending on where they're looking. And you might prioritize these areas no matter what the angle. Now, if you guys were in the last Newbie Monday, where we were showing you the angling armor and how to aim and how to wiggle. If someone's doing that against you and you're aiming for the color parts, you're going to be so focused on trying to hit that red bit to get the fuel tank that you're going to be ricocheting when this guy is trying to angle his tank, instead of just aiming for where you can do the damage. So it actually could be a disadvantage for you. It's very distracting, and it makes your game look rubbish. So
yeah, yeah, I don't like them. But I tried them out for a short period of time, but it wasn't really me, because I knew where to hit the tanks, and when they came around the corner I had to expose more of myself to hit that exact spot that someone had marked for me, and that was a very big disadvantage for me, because then I got hit each time almost. So because they don't really they don't single out the axles where the tracks are put on, where you can track them and do damage at the same time. So to me, it's not really. I would much rather go to a website and look at where I should hit a tank, and then just remember it if I have trouble with one tank in particular, because it's very few tanks in the game where you really have to use a mod or the hitbox skin to. Oh, the time went out. Draw. Well, I don't think yeah, well, there was
Sounds like a good place to do a pot.
yeah, that was the thing. I was thinking about which other mods were in the pack, but no, that's not really that many other ones, except for the scope remove. But
Yeah, there are a few
Yeah.
mods that people are asking about in the chat that we can't really comment on. There are some mods that you get as official commentators that we can't really publicize or talk about. One of the which it's Highfly used to move the camera to the side, left and right. Now that comes with the official spectator pack that you cannot get, unfortunately. So there are some things you can do in the game that is not publicly available. They're only the sort of mid-stone pack that Wargaming helping casters do. Because of there not being a spectator mode, we as casters really need some help to make the game a bit more visible for you viewers.
and the XVM mod was just
The XVM mod, we'll go through that in part 2, I think, because XVM's a bit special in its own right.
yeah.
So, shall we do that now?
Yeah, that was part 1. We just went through the general look, how you can change the game. If you're in default mode like Dojin, you will see a lot of changes, and it's just makeup and help with the, for instance, the reload timer. You do have the counter, but a reload timer puts down the exact time. So yeah, that was part 1. And
What are we doing in part 2?
in part 2, we'll be talking about how to install mods. There are many different ways. Many. I know about 2. But yeah.
And we'll also go through the XVM mod as requested in the chat.
Yeah, of course. Yes. So we'll cut now here, and we'll
Splash screen, music.
screen.
Yeah, come on. We'll get into this. We'll get into this. Lube up.
God damn it.
I think Chris has had a bad weekend when it comes to the XSplit.
Yep. The presentations are. Yep. We're just gonna cut it before, but we're just gonna put this up so people know.
Yeah. This bit won't be in the archive because this is the sort of bit that should be a bit more polished, shall I say, in future. But yeah, we'll go through XVM next, guys, with also how to install, maybe uninstall, and what to deal with on patch change day. See you in a second.